So we're talking about some information that you're going to find outside of academic literature. And so this is going to fit largely into two categories that I've created for it. Is non-authoritative, non-authoritative, non-research information. And I'm going to show you some examples of that. And then I'm going to show you some examples of some quasi-research information. And so neither of these are really things that are going to be part of your main articles. None of these things are going to be approved as one of your three main sources. Now, you may use them if you use them correctly, meaning not treating them as authoritatively, and again, not counting them as one of your 6 sources that you're going to be using for this class. So, this is non-authoritative and non-research information. So, Wikipedia can be a great resource for general information about a topic. Just like you would back in the day use an encyclopedia, Wikipedia can help point you to some good sources. It can also help you to find good information. Now, because Wikipedia tries to at least publish links to where it gets information. And so that is a great source, and I suggest you definitely use that, especially to find terms and to get good things. But you're not going to cite Wikipedia in your paper. Other sources, same with news. Even if it's what you might consider a credible news site, you're not going to use that as a main source for your paper. Usually journalists, when they're writing about research, will actually be citing academic research or be talking about academic research. Well, in this class, what we would want you to do would be to find the academic article, not just the newspaper article talking about the article. Okay? Also, Psychology Today, not authoritative or research information. It is simply a magazine that writes stuff about psychology. Also, if you find something that's Psychology Today, it might lead you to academic research articles, but that's not good. But those are not research articles. Something you saw on Facebook, again, CNN, YouTube also, may have good stuff, but not something you're going to cite or use in an article. Even WebMD or even Site Central. Again, this is not academic literature, and it's not very authoritative. You never know how good that information is. Some other information, another type, and so it's not peer-reviewed. Peer review is an important process in which a new article, any piece of academic literature, is given to other experts in the field, and those experts, between themselves, decide whether they think it fits standards of truth. And so that is a way that scientific researchers try to only find good information. And it's really a pretty good process, usually. So this type of information, you can mention it in your paper, but don't consider it as an authoritative source of information. Quasi-research information might come from different sources, like something like the Pew Research Center. So the Pew Research Center generally basically just polls different people about things. Usually political issues, sometimes religious issues. Gallup is very similar. They call themselves research centers, but it's not actually academic research. It's more of a different type of research that is interesting and may be helpful, but you're not going to use that for one of your main articles. Websites like stopbullying.gov or the World Health Organization may publish research, what they would call a research paper, but usually those are what they call white papers, which are summaries of academic research about a particular topic. And even a lot of the statistics or the numbers that you'll see on some of these websites are going to be stolen, or not stolen, but at least from academic research articles. So again, I want you to find that research article, not cite the World Health Organization in most situations. There might be some circumstances, but that's what I would rather you do. Other ones, like these over here on the right, these are kind of political think tanks that call themselves research-oriented, but they're really not. They're political. This one on the far left and this one's on the far right. And they don't actually do research, and it's not academic research. And so you would try to cite these sources in your paper because they're really not research organizations. And so those are some things that I'd kind of like you to stay away from, and that you're not going to be citing and trying to send to me as good articles or treating them as authoritative. And so, because these are not peer reviewed, they're not going to be part of your three main articles. You can mention them, but you got to be really cautious when you consider them to be authoritative in what you're doing.